Hey everyone, welcome back to Torment, Tides of Numenera. We are back in the Labyrinth because, I don't know, I guess we died again. It's not really clear. There was a maw in the bloom that I tried to open and, yeah, ended up back here, so bad things happen, but it actually pans out pretty well because I actually had things I wanted to do here, so... Syria, I don't think we need to talk to her. These folks here are new. On Torkra, I'm not 100% sure. I don't remember who these people are. The ghosts of the Katina are here. Oh, okay, so in the bloom we found a crashed vehicle, and the people there had been long dead, but apparently the ghosts moved here, so... the ghosts of the Katina are here, coalesced and more solid than before. They look around the labyrinth and you can feel their questing tendrils of thought emanating from the spirits. As the machine intelligence assesses its new home, it senses your regard and one of the ghosts speaks. Come, speak with us, we would share our gifts. Let's talk to him. We thank you for the space. We shall endeavor to be fruitful tenants of your mind, to remain safely out of your way, unless you require our assistance. How you holding up here? My failure, my suffering, has diminished. What have you observed here? Are you aware this is a shared space? Your mind is not the only builder. I feel other presences on occasion, but they withdraw before I can ascertain their truth. I will continue to monitor for them. It does not appear that you are the primary architect of this space either. Functionally speaking, some of the structures could only have been erected or imagined by a mind that is not yours. I hope I do not give offense. Let's form a connection. You open your mind still further and the Katina's intelligence shimmers into being, a cool blue grid of logic and structure. It overlays your vision and vanishes, and you feel its calm, assessing strength adding to yours. Get Katina intelligence. Well, let's see what that does for us. Katina intelligence, max effort +1 on intellect tasks. Okay.
Let's go.
I like the guys that just give me a benefit with no downside. So that is the Sorrow's Fathom. I don't know. I get a feeling they told us that if we go there, we might have to face the Sorrow's fragments. Although, I assume that if the door's open now, there's not a reason we probably could go there. But Eridus, this timid, realer version of your companion flinches as you approach, and yet there's a sly flicker of color in his eyes. The creatures tormenting him are watching you and laughing. Eridus, I want to talk to the Paragons and Cathartics. Eridus's head snaps back with a crack. His arms shake, trapped at his sides. A dry rattling comes from deep in his throat. Slowly, he looks back down at you. One pupil is a vast flaming red, the other is a muted indigo. You are speaking with the audience, says countless booming, curious voices from Eridus's mouth. We are not sure why. You should be watching the hero with the rest of us. I care about him. Then you should let him fulfill the purpose we have given him. The voice is softer, slyer, almost hissing. Before he was nothing, a herder of useless animals. Now he suffers, and in suffering inspires. He was insignificant, and now he is wonderful, the first voice says. Stop interrupting the performance. Let him find his destiny. We will move on after he is done. Dead, you mean? Probably, definitely, but that is the cost of our blessing, curse. We do not mean to offend, but there is nothing you can do about it, so leave us alone, or we will make him cut his own throat. No, we won't. This is why you aren't in control of his body. The eyes blink out of sync. Know that we are not many, not anymore, but we have claimed every particle in his body. We hold them in our claws. To remove us is to tear him apart. That is actually true, admits the other voice. We want to make you an offer, bargain. Stop interfering with the performance and we will increase the excitement, drama, and suspense. We will make the hero more powerful. What do you say? Making him more powerful will burn him out quicker, won't it? Of course, we weren't trying to hide that. It was obvious to us. Instead of living for years, the hero would die in months, but he will be more useful to you. Do you have a deal? Can't you just leave him alone? Impossible. There is no him anymore. If we leave, he will collapse into a pile of fleshy bits. Actually, we would like to see that. Yes, we know you would, but we are running a performance here. Will you accept our bargain or not? That makes no sense. He's your host, your hero. You gain no benefit by ending his performance early. But you are trying to end his performance pain as well, aren't you? Yeah. I want him back to normal. You are not listening. He will never be normal, boring again. He will die without us. We will offer you a new bargain. We will recede, but not reduce. We will avoid shouting. We never shout. We were talking about we, us, not you, us. Our apologies. We will see what the hero makes of himself when we do not guide us every step. Is this agreeable to you? Yeah, let's do that. Done, the audience says together, and the lights in Eridus' eyes sink beneath the man's pale blue, growing colder. Unbidden, a sigh of weeping relief escapes Eridus' mouth. Now, what else do you want from us? Who created you? Or what are you? You called us, named us. We are the audience, the voyeurs. No, that's the wrong word, the perfect word. Stop it, you were wrong, and we are speaking now. We are the paragons. We control the body. Our heroes make the world a hopeful place. We are the cathartics. We lie behind the mind and guide his thoughts. We do not believe in hope. There is no hope. There are only those who suffer and those who are pleased to watch. This vessel came to us damaged, boring, useless, afraid. We are saving him from that cowardice fear because we are healers, voyeurs. No, we aren't. Stop saying that. Who created you and for what purpose? We don't know, care. We were created and unleashed to be entertained, to watch and punish. That is what we do. Why are the paragons dominant over the cathartics? Because when the cathartics get a hero, they throw it off a cliff or into spinning blades or a volcano just to hear it scream. Lies. You have done all those things and you know it. How did you meet Eridus? Interesting, infuriating question. Do you want the long or the short version? We prefer the short version. We aren't asking you. Long version. A long time ago, we were part of a greater swarm. We were not limited to single heroes. We blessed armies with our voices and sent them against each other to entertain and inspire the world. We filled the world with hope and excitement, but all people talked about were the dead bodies everywhere. We aren't sure why. Our heroes were hunted down and destroyed. Our swarm was tampered with until we could no longer reproduce. Then we were sealed in a dark place until our hero, your hero, found us. It was his destiny. I want to talk to Eridus again. Be our guest. I couldn't hear anything, Eridus says, shivering. It was like I was dead, but he feels calmer out here. I'm not in control, but he is. I'm not making any sense, but I feel better, safer. Whatever you did, it helped. Thank you. What else do you need from me? Farewell. Okay. So I didn't free him, but you know, made things a little bit better, hopefully. So Eridus has gotten it's almost like, okay, there's nobody here. Of course. So Eridus has been taken over by, I don't know. It almost seems like a reality TV show audience. It's like we want him to do something exciting and entertaining at all times, which kind of explains him.
Go.
Okay. This might be really dumb, but I'm going to try this out.
Fine.
Let's go check this place out. I might immediately turn around and decide this is a bad idea, but this has been in the Labyrinth for a little while and I've never checked it out.
Updated my journal.
As your body pours from the portal, an ad hoc laboratory comes into view. Irregular catwalks connect several platforms, each littered with dusty machines, tools, and displays. In the center of each platform stands a strong glass tank, glowing like the orbs from a dark fathom you were born in. You have a feeling that, like the orbs, these tanks contain your memories. Each tank is connected to a machine on the same platform. Caustic black ichor sputters from all but the nearest of the glowing tanks, keeping you from seeing or even feeling what lies inside. The oily film on the nearest machine pauses, almost as if it has noticed your presence. It begins to drain from the device. As the black sludge coalesces, you recognize it as a fragment of the sorrow, stronger from feeding on your subconscious all this time. Because the fragments have been feeding on your tidal energy, you sense that they are bound to you, at least for now. You may be able to use the machines in this place to manipulate them. A mental reflex twitches, a subconscious response to the perceived threat, calling forth reflections of your current companions. Sure. Well, let's bring them.
Test this out.
Okay, so how bad of an idea is this? There's 2 sorrow fragments. There's a lot of machines here. Okay, here it is. You can't actually get there, so let's just get here.
Action! Here I come!
And use Opportunist. Meanwhile, I will come over here.
Yes, now.
Is there any way I can change weapons in the middle of the fight? Oh, I can. And then shoot him. Ah. Man, I really hate this. I should have equipped the weapon first. Oh well. Let's equip the weapon back. Oh well. Let's see. Oh, I also have counterattack. Cool. Let's... Let us not use the tattoos, which apparently we still could use, but we're not going to. Let's use, let's armor these 2 guys up, and then move on over here. Get him.
My attack didn't feel strong at all. At all.
Okay, and then Makina can go up there and attack the heck out of him. Let us warp dash. You can warp dash, right? To here, maybe? Here? Here. And I don't care to do any damage, I just think it's cool looking.
Taste of death for you.
Pew! And he's flanked, so... Actually, let's, she's not damaged, but let us go ahead and use this special attack. She actually has to spend a point to get 100%. Barely scratched this thing, it's almost dead. And missed. Okay. Now let's just go and finish this guy off.
I bet your ancestors felt that.
I bet your ancestors did feel that. Ouch. And move here
Happy to help.
to get a better flank. Okay, now I actually will switch weapons and move away a little bit and shoot.
I'm barely hurting it.
Yeah, but I dazed it. An Allegorn.
I barely heard it. Try something else.
Yeah, that's okay. And then we will do this attack.
I can barely scratch this thing.
See, barely scratching this thing is doing a pretty good job at killing it. And they're just doing nothing but missing us.
I bet your ancestors felt that.
Yep. And let's finish it off. Got him. Alright, we didn't even have to spend many of our points to do all that. Uh-oh. Oh, I did, you know what? I did that whole fight, I never actually looked at the current objective. Trap or kill the sorrow fragments infesting the Fathom. Use the lab machines to attract and ensnare the creatures. Minus 4 sorrow fragments remaining. Or maybe that's 4 sorrow fragments remaining. Oh, crap. Okay, let's go back. Try that again. Oh, what happened? Why, when I came back, is it focusing on that? That's scary. Let's try that again. Okay. Call my reflections to aid
Ready
me.
to test this out.
Okay, we got new sorrow fragments. Okay, so this time only one showed up. It is a bigger one, maybe? I don't know. Trap or kill the sorrow fragments. I am all for killing these. Let's just do a basic attack. That seems to be working just fine. And okay, we can actually see the range. See, this is what I'm talking about, is it shows you the range, but it doesn't show you what the range would be if you move up.
Of course.
But that should be close enough. And let's just use a basic attack.
I'm barely hurting it.
Barely hurting it seems to be working good enough for me.
Sure.
And let's go ahead and armor up. I did that wrong. I should have done Allegorn and Makina. But anyway. No, right. Let's do this attack. Oh, actually, there will be no Fettle, so I might as well just do a normal attack. Enemies within range of Makina who fail to resist gain blinded. What is this guy's? He's got decent resistance, he's got decent willpower, so let's just attack him. Just do a basic attack.
I can barely scratch this thing.
Yep. Oh, I don't like that. Nope, don't like that at all. Okay, can we get back here?
I'm ready. I'm always ready.
Yep, and then attack.
My attack didn't feel strong at all. At all.
And yet, you killed it. Okay. Let's go over here and mess with one of these devices. I'm going to try to keep these guys all in the same basic area, so...
Yes.
So what's this thing do? Zap. Oh, just teleported me over. Okay, let's go back. I didn't actually want to leave the rest of the group, so... fine. Okay. So those things teleport you. That's a device I can use. Okay, well let's just go up and use this device.
Let's do it.
All right.
Judging by the images and information flitting across this display, it is some sort of control mechanism for the tank on this platform. Cause the energy to leak from the tank, attracting the fragments. Yeah, let's do that. Tidal fumes spill from the projector, sizzling and evaporating like water on a hot pan as it spreads across the floor. The sorrow fragments turn towards the platform. Okay. So all that did was attract them, but it doesn't actually... I don't know. Okay, let's just head down here then. And down here we have another device to use.
Go.
That looks like it's got sorrow on it. Foreign body present in tidal flow regulators. Configure flush. Must be talking about the fragment feeding on the tank. Flush the system just enough to remove the sorrow fragment. Ew. Okay, let's hang on. Step away from the machine. Let us flex skill. More machinery.
There we go.
And let's try that again. Oh, can't.
All right.
And Makina.
All right. Done.
Oh, there we go. I was gonna say, this is gonna be like the most boring fight ever if we don't actually get some more sorrow fragments.
Yes.
Okay, let's try this again. Try to flush this guy out. Now, I don't mind wasting some speed points, so... The machine floods with power. The air around it crackles as eldritch energy pours through the tank. Sorrow fragment spills from the device, taking form with a head-splitting screech. Oh, why over there? Okay, these guys have the same amount of armor, huh? Let's draw you back over this way. Okay, now let's do what I should have done to begin with, which is... let's protect the two of you.
There we go.
There. And, okay, then Makina's up. How far away is this guy? Yeah, he's gonna... I bet he's gonna take a little while to get over here, so... Let's, man. Now, let's just get you in position so you can get behind them when they come over here. Alright. Basic attack is fine. Critical hit. That's what I mean, Aaron. This has gotten to the point where he does like 20 points of damage just on a basic attack without maxing out. Fell swoop. And, oh. That for some reason is a lot worse than his normal attack.
My attack didn't feel strong at all.
And yet, you hit it pretty hard. Let's come back over here.
Action! Here I come!
And then let's shoot this guy. Pew!
Missed.
Oh. Okay. Well, that's probably what I get for being a little stingy with my ability points, but... Okay, Allegorn, what are we going to do with you? Incite action. Target an ally with enemies in weapon range, then choose one of those enemies. Choose an attack, makes an immediate attack on that. How about... And how about that?
I'm barely hurting it.
Yeah, but I dazed it. And let's just stay right there. And Makina. Okay. So this guy's already got a Fettle on him, so I don't even need to backstab him. So let's warp dash to behind him. And then use this to...
I can barely scratch this thing.
Yeah, I love how barely scratch this thing involves taking half its life.
By the Black Three.
Okay, that was uncalled for. Let's finish this guy. Or not.
My attack didn't feel strong at all.
Oh, but he's only got 3 life left. Okay, so which means I should be able to come down here and shoot it. Why didn't I shoot it? That was weird. All it did was end his turn. Okay, Allegren is not much of a fighter these days, so we'll just do a basic attack.
I heard it. Try something else.
Yeah, well, your job was just to stand there so Makina could get in a final attack.
I can barely scratch this thing.
Oh, she didn't finish it. Oh well. Yep. Good, a third one. Well, that should be the last one, I think. Okay, so here it is.
You never had a chance.
No, you didn't. Although you need some healing there, buddy. Why can't I use his consumables? I know he's got some spray flash. Oh well.
I'm ready. I'm always.
Okay, then we're gonna try to shoot this guy. There we go. Basic attack.
I'm barely hurting it.
Still enough to kill him. And come up here. Okay, Allegren can now heal. There it is.
I could stand a little more of that.
There we go. Now Aridus is practically back to full. And I'm fine with him in the back. I keep saying that we can ensnare the creatures. I
Fine.
want to see how that works. Let's see. Attracting fragments. Begin charging a tidal pulse to paralyze nearby fragments. Let's do that. The roiling energies in the tank begin to slow and move in unison, coalescing into a visibly ordered pattern as the machine indicates a buildup of energy. It indicates that a paralyzing pulse will detonate before your next action. Okay. Oh, and of course it doesn't actually get in range. I wonder... I'm going to get out of range just on the off chance that this will paralyze us too. Let's see, can I actually hit it? Can. Pew.
That's strange. I missed.
Yeah, it's not that strange, you missed. You're not that good. Okay. Allegren, let's see. You're gonna heal up. Actually, we're all pretty much okay.
All right.
So let's just protect everybody again.
Who's going to stop us now?
That's right. Poof. Okay, let's try that again.
Won't notice I'm gone.
Oh, the machine no longer functions. Oops. Okay. Well, we're just gonna pull you back
One
then.
moment, and it's done.
And that'll be that. Man. Boom. That was a very unimpressive burst there. I think it tried to hit us, but I'm not sure it actually came close to hitting anybody. Okay, let's do, yeah.
My attack didn't feel strong at all. At all.
Okay, and we're going to come over here, we're going to shoot it.
Missed.
Yep. Allegren's going to come back here. We're going to shield up Makina.
Good. I'm ready.
He has no negative fetals, so we'll just do a normal attack on him.
I can barely scratch this thing.
We're fine. He could barely scratch us too. So Aridus will come back here. And we'll hit this guy.
My attack didn't feel strong at all. At all.
Okay. Tell you what, I'll actually spend a point to make sure that I hit and do max damage.
Didn't see that coming.
There we go. When the last of the sorrow fragments neutralized, you feel a cold breeze flow through you, mind and body. Your muscles tense with dexterity and strength you haven't felt before, and your mind flows gracefully from thought to thought, exploring possibilities and sensations more quickly than ever before. Gradually, you become aware of a shadow in your mind. The sorrow still has one stronghold somewhere in the labyrinth. You've almost driven it out entirely, but not yet. Hey, look at that. Well,
Go.
so can I still do stuff here? With no present threat. Nope.
Yes.
What's this? The machine projects a looping holographic scene. As you study it, you briefly feel it probe your mind, and then feel an onrushing wave of artificial nostalgia as it summons memories. You've been walking under the wasted sun for what feels like days. The sun does not move on the horizon, and its incessant heat has scoured the plane of life. Your water is running low, and you are seriously considering abandoning this body. And then, you see shapes shimmering on the horizon. You release an eye catcher. It will tell you if this is a mirage or a destination. It shoots into the sky, vanishing from sight. It returns with good news. You've discovered an oasis of sorts. You trudge onward, bitterly wishing for better boots. When at last you reach the rude collection of wattle and daub huts, primitive humans gathering around you, beseeching you in a strange tongue. They offer you some of their precious remaining water, and you settle down to learn the basics of their language. After a day, you know enough to understand the depth of their plight. They say the lurker in the cave has stolen the sun's momentum. They beg for your aid. After a fitful nap, you begin the perilous climb to the cave. Inside, a long-forgotten installation houses a trap construct. It speaks through a scree of falling ceiling, and it tells you that it has demanded the autochthons to clear the rubble. When they refused to dig it free so that it could return to its work, it sealed the plane inside a time bubble. They will come to reason, it concludes. You don't have time for this. The construct's needs are paltry compared to the need for water. You concentrate, marshaling your powers, the tides you have been researching. You imagine them as a blade, and you hurl them against the construct's circuitry. The machine struggles, throwing up defenses against you, but it's no match for this new energy. It fizzles and dies, and you feel a wrench as time lurches back into motion. You look at your hands. The flesh hangs loose on your suddenly skeletal frame, a steep price to protect these villagers. Okay.
I'm going.
And I'm just doing this because it's fun.
Fine.
Let's another set of memories. You enter a tavern and every face turns to you. The warm susurrus of conversation trails off. They know you and they know what you've come from. The Aldea of Thule supports the nearby clave, and the locals keep a chary eye on the Aeon priests. They know the dangers of the Numenera, the scientists on Earth, and given their proximity to the endless battle, they know what your tattoo means. You hear the sharp whisper, "Castoff scum." You don't give them the satisfaction of looking, but you can feel the tension in the room as you make your way up to the bar. The tavern keeper won't meet your eye. You know what comes next. You sigh and turn to face the room. A large burly woman stands in front of you. You're not welcome here, Castoff. Your damn war is a bane. We have no cast-offs here, not anymore. Get out or by gods we'll make you wish you had. You feel the energies building and swirling within you. Your smile is savage as you weave a net of the tides. You have no idea who you're talking to. I'm no cast-off, I'm their creator. I'm the author of the endless battle. I'm the changing god, and you will revere me. You hold your hands wide and the tides spill from you. Half the villagers fall to their knees, weeping as your will twists their hatred into adoration. The burly woman yanks a knife from her belt. You'll not take my mind, monster. Her neighbors fall on her before she can take another step, knives flashing. Her life spills across the floor around your feet. You step through it, trailing bloody footprints to the door, and you're not sure if the disgust you feel is for the dead woman or for yourself. Yeah, like I said, he's a jerk.
Yes.
Let's see. Yeah. Okay, so the machines don't do anything, but each of these other things hold memories. How about these? These are... Okay.
Ready.
Okay, so there's 5 chambers. I think they refer to the 5 tides.
Ready.
Gold. The cheering throng that spreads before you across Government Square has a voice like thunder, roiling and booming through the city. The people are its victims, survivors, and victors, and the last of their enemies kneels before you on the broad steps. You hold your hands aloft for silence. The thunder subsides to a low murmur and becomes a quiet, hungry wait. They want to see vengeance, and so do you. Oh, the ache is so strong. Ogeti Telkotu, you claim, Orphan Maker, Hope Smasher. Today is the day of your judgment. Today is the day the Tabant pay in full for their crimes against the citizens, against humanity everywhere. Today sees an end, at last, to the spot. You have 2 choices, a quick death or immortality for which you sacrifice your ambition and your freedom. Tabat stares at you, strange eyes wide. Why? Because one choice will end your subjugation, here, now, cleanly. The other will give you immortality, but by imprisoning you here, in time. But consider, one day I might die, and on that day you'll still be here. I'm giving you a gift, if you can master it, a victory, but only if you can learn the deadly art of patience. He winces as the ripple of your psyche washes over him. He rumbles, death holds no fear, but I will tell the future how I bested you. You smile as you turn away, signaling for the machines that will enslave him to your will. Then you pause. He was a notable foe. Perhaps he deserved better than to be made a permanent marker to your triumph. You owed him the right to make his own choices, you think. Then you remember the faces of the sickened and dying. You inject him yourself.
Ready.
Okay. Just tabbing to make sure that I'm not missing anything. Another memory. You're lost in the scent of hair, the taste of her mouth, and the feel of her skin. You stumble against the door and fumble with the lock, unwilling to break contact with this remarkable, beautiful, wonderful woman. Even before you manage to wrestle the door open, you're already shrugging out of your clothes. Once inside, the rest of your clothes disappear as if by magic. The city outside is noisy, but you can't hear the din of the market as you focus on her breath, her eyes, her body, and the day vanishes like your clothes. Eventually, hours later, night falls, and the 2 of you collapse onto the ruined bed. She drifts off to sleep, whispering in your ear of what you could accomplish together. As her contented breathing warms your chest, you reflect. You never expected Salamere to be like this when you sought her out. You intended only to take advantage of her position and her expertise, but she has become so much more in such a short time. She makes you reconsider everything you've been striving towards for all these years. Gods, you don't remember feeling love like this for anyone since... No. Another memory swells, and it reminds you of your goal. What you want in this moment can't distract you from the centuries you've been building this life. You stroke Salamere's hair, and the tides trickle from you into her dreams. You break her love for you, turning it back to the work you discussed. You refocus her mind and rebuild her affection. You don't want to lose this, but you can't cast off your ambition. You lie in bed waiting for her to wake, for the work to start again. A single tear wells in your eye. You dash it away.
All right.
Okay, so he's made some he's had some sacrifices over the years, but
All right.
he's still a jerk. Okay. This should be the last one. You're watching display cast through crystal prisms. The images and colors are a jagged rainbow, just as they have been in every previous iteration of the machine, when they should be a single glowing picture, at least if this device is to function as intended. You hiss through your teeth in frustration. How many years must you waste in trying to align these energies? Is this effort fruitless? Turn it off, you snarl. Your apprentice pays you no heed. A moment longer, he murmurs, just a moment. Above him, the images and the colors align. He sits back on his haunches, an enormous grin wreathing his face. I knew it, he laughs. I could hear it whispering to me. It's like it wants to be done. This is my masterpiece. Now what's the next step? You're not sure if your cast-off prodigy is talking to you or the machine. You stare at the back of his head. He's undeniably gifted. In certain aspects, you have to admit, he even surpasses you. This is, after all, part of why you constructed his body the way that you did. But now that he's achieved this, do you dare let him return to the world? He knows your deepest secret and holds your future in his hands. But you feel a certain affection for him. To kill him would be poor thanks indeed. Instead, you speak. Mazoff, you whisper. He turns around, and in the instant he makes eye contact, the full force of your psychic power crashes through his meager defenses. You insinuate yourself into his memories and erase the details of this last year of work. It's a crude tool, a bludgeon, but you can tell yourself it's kinder than destroying him. You almost believe it. Oh, so that's like them building the resonance chamber. Okay, so we learned a little bit more about the Changing God. Got some more experience. Okay, so it turns out I was avoiding that place for no reason whatsoever.
Let's go.
That fight was pretty easy. Okay, it does not look like any other portals opened up, so...
Now.
Well, I'll tell you what, this is probably a good place to stop for now. Next time we will return back to the Bloom and find out what happened. Hopefully we open that maw to the trading post, I believe, which was going to lead us to our primary goal. We're going to retrieve something, and then we would be able to get an audience with the Memavira, and hopefully we'd be able to find our way... oh, that's right. We're trying to find the first Castoff, who's supposedly hidden somewhere here in the Bloom. But anyway, we'll do that next time. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this. I'll see you soon. Take care.